I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel, Literary Love 123, where I combine my master's in English with my passion for the horror genre to talk about the books that I read. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my Halloweenathon pile of possibilities. So after this quick intro, we'll come right back. I'll talk to you about Halloweenathon if you don't know what it is already. Talk about what I'm planning to get up to and all that fun stuff. See you after the intro. Halloweenathon is an annual fall and Halloween event that was created and is hosted by the incredible Kelsi at Slime and Slashers. I will link her channel and I will link her announcement video. There you can find all the details of the legends of Halloweenathon, as well as information about the Monster Squad. And I am happy to once again be a member of the Monster Squad. And you can find out how you can participate. You can do a lot, you can do a little, you can adapt it to your own personal taste and needs. It is a very customizable event. I, for example, am going to do something this year that I have not done before with Halloweenathon. So when I first started participating in Halloweenathon, I would choose some of the prompts that I wanted to get to, and then I would match my books, movies, and activities. Say hey to Karma to those prompts. Then last year, I read and watched whatever I wanted to, and then I found a prompt that would fit into the things that I watched or read or the activity that I did. For the first time this year, I am going to be using the game board. And I don't have my big game board printed yet, but I'll show you a picture up here of what the game board looks like. But I do have my little die, I guess when it's one, it's not dice, it's die. Are you okay, Karma? Cat crash. Okay. So I have my die ready for the big event. So now let's get into my pile of possibilities. Wait, before I do that, let me talk a little bit about how customizable it is. When you roll the die and you land on a certain space, then of course you will do the prompt that's on that space. However, Kelsi has built into the game board this, concept that if you don't want to do the particular prompt that you land on, she has a couple of different options for replacement prompts. So again, you see how very much Kelsi has worked to make sure that this event works for everyone. You can also participate in Halloweenathon while you're participating in other spooky events. I don't think I gave the exact dates of Halloweenathon. I mentioned it's fall and Halloween. That is because Halloweenathon kicks off on the first day of fall, which is September 22nd, and it goes through October 31st. But if you want to wait and start in October, you can. If you see this video and you're like, I don't even want to wait till September 22nd, guess what? You can go ahead. It's going to be so much fun. It's always been so much fun. There will be movies that Kelsi will stream on her Discord, which I will also link down below. Now, let me just kind of get into my pile of possibilities. So, 3 specific books that I'm hoping to be able to fit into the prompts that I land on, or another prompt that I replace whatever I land on with. A couple of them are books that I just received in my first Nightworms package. And this is Issues with Authority by Nadia Bulkin. And the other one that I just received in my Nightworms package is What Hunger by Catherine Dong or Dang. I won't describe what these books or give the synopsis of these books. I will link down below my unboxing video, and then you can get the complete synopses of both of those books. Another book that I've had on my TBR shelf for several years now that I'm hoping to fit into the prompt is The Death of Jane Lawrence by Caitlin Starling. So let me tell you what this one is about. Practical, unassuming Jane Shoringfield has decided her most secure path forward is a husband in a marriage of convenience who will allow her to remain independent and occupied with meaningful work. Her first choice, the dashing but reclusive Dr. Augustine Lawrence, agrees to her proposal with only one condition: that she must never visit Lindridge Hall, his crumbling family manor. Yet on their wedding night, an accident strands her at his door in a pitch black rainstorm, and she finds him changed. Gone is the bold, courageous surgeon, and in his place is a terrified, paranoid man, one who cannot tell reality from nightmare. By morning, Augustine is himself again, but Jane knows something is deeply wrong at Lindridge Hall and with the man she so hastily bound her safety to. Soon Jane is fighting for her sanity and her life, drawn into a world of secret societies, theoretical mathematics, impossible magic, and rituals gone wrong. And now that the secrets of Lindridge Hall have met her, they're not about to let her go. Set in the dark mirror version of post-war England, Caitlin Starling crafts a new kind of gothic horror from the bones of the beloved canon. It's giving Jane Eyre, it's giving Rebecca, it's giving Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So I'm interested to hopefully finally get to the death of Jane Lawrence. Now, because there are prompts that are going to specifically name a genre or a type of book, I have decided to use a couple of books to help me sort that out and help me pick books. Both of them are by Sadie Hartman or Mother Horror. So one of them is 101 Horror Books to Read Before You're Murdered. So this one, if I, for example, land on a prompt that says, use something that is, let me kind of get an example here. Oh, cosmic horror, right? So in this book, I could look through this section of cosmic horror and see which books I haven't read yet that I would want to choose for the prompt. And then the other book from Mother Horror, Sadie Hartman, that I'm going to be using as a resource is Feral and Hysterical, Mother Horror's Ultimate Reading Guide to Dark and Disturbed Fiction by Women. And one of the things that's really cool about this book is that the sections are chosen by vibes. So you get vibes such as documentaries, cursed films, found footage. So if you're looking for something like that, if you're looking for something that would fit into eat your vegetables, you can kind of figure out what a vibe that might be. So that's going to help me to be able to pick. Now I blamed the cat a moment ago and it was the cat. Now it's me knocking stuff off. I'm not even going to edit this out. This is every day. Then, because there are activity prompts, I have this book that is so much fun, the Creepy Cute Goth coloring book. So I've already colored in all of my Creepy Cute Love coloring book, but just here's one of the coloring pages. So look how cool it is. I love this so much. So hopefully I can fit that into some of the prompts to color. So anyway, that is a short pile of possibilities because, again, like I said, I'm using the game board. I don't know where I'm going to land. I don't know what I'm going to read, but it's going to be fun to decide. So I'm going to go for just a minute. I'll be right back, but I do need to get my phone to talk about a few other books and other things that are in my pile of possibilities. Now I'm going to talk about an audiobook that I hope to be able to fit into the prompts. And then after that, I'm going to talk about 3 books that I pre-ordered that I hope to get to during Halloweenathon. So first of all, let's talk about the audiobook. This is In the Company of Witches by Arlie Wallace. I heard Kelsi talk about this book, I think it was last Halloweenathon, and she loved it. So I decided I want to get to this one too. When a guest dies in the B&B she helps her aunts run, a young witch must rely on some good old-fashioned investigating to clear her aunt's name in this magical and charming cozy mystery. Outside of my typical genre, but I like to branch out. For 400 years, the Warren witches have used their magic to quietly help the citizens of the sleepy New England town of Evenfall thrive. There's never been a problem they couldn't handle. But then Constance Graves, a local known for being argumentative and demanding, dies while staying at the bed and breakfast Bryn Warren maintains with her aunts. At first, it seems like an accident, but it soon becomes clear that there's something more sinister at work, and Aunt Nora is shaping up to be the prime suspect. So, this sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm excited to give it a try. So, now I want to talk about 3 books that I have pre ordered that I hope to be able to fit into my Halloween-a-thon reading. So, the first one is A Midnight Treasury of Macabre and Weird Poems by Anna Sampson. And this is a handsome tome of dark poetry to feed the fans of all things macabre, gothic, and weird. The perfect book for fans of Edgar Allan Poe, and more widely for those who love their dark side with a touch of horror. It is a fun and terrible tradition of poetry featuring the occult, the macabre, and the sinister. And this anthology introduces readers to both celebrated anti-heroes like Keats' Serpentine Lamia and Christina Rossetti's Thirsty Goblins, and less well-known figures from Nightmare, such as Violet Fane's Deadly Victorian Siren and Claire Pollard's ultra-modern Reynardine. From the gothic dreamscapes of Edgar Allan Poe to Coleridge's unhallowed ocean, explore the mind's dark places with poems that stretch back centuries to the latest terror from today's bards. The sinister but seductive beauty of illustrators such as Harry Clark accompany the poems in a volume that will speak to those drawn to the dark. That is everything that sounds right up my alley. So the next book that I've pre-ordered is the third in the Sworn Soldier trilogy from T. Kingfisher, and this is What Stalks the Deep. Alex Easton does not want to visit America. Valid. They particularly do not want to visit an abandoned coal mine in West Virginia with a reputation for being haunted. But when their old friend Dr. Denton summons them to help find his lost cousin who went missing in that very mine, well, sometimes a sworn soldier has to do what a sworn soldier has to do. So we've got this abandoned coal mine in West Virginia, and this is giving me Mothman type vibes. So I'm excited to read What Stalks the Deep. And then finally, arriving on September 23rd to my much anticipated delight, We Love You, Bunny by Mona Awad. Bunny is one of my favorites. I am so, I don't know how to explain how excited I am to get back into the world of the bunnies. In the cult classic novel Bunny, Samantha Heather Mackey, a lonely outsider student at a highly selective MFA program in New England, was first ostracized and then seduced by a clique of creepy, sweet, rich girls who call themselves Bunny. An invitation to the Bunny Smut Salon leads Samantha down a dark rabbit hole, pun intended, into the violently surreal world of their off-campus workshops where monstrous creations are conjured with deadly and wondrous consequences. When We Love You, Bunny opens, Sam has just published her first novel to critical acclaim. But at a New England stop on her book tour, her one-time frenemies, furious at the way they've been portrayed, kidnap her. Now a captive audience, it's her and our turn to hear the bunny's side of the story. One by one, they take turns holding the axe and recount the birth throes of their unholy alliance, their discovery of their unusual creative powers, and the phantasmagoric adventure of conjuring their first creation. With a bound and gag Sam, we embark on a wickedly intoxicating journey into the heart of dark academia, a fairy tale slasher that explores the wonder and horror of creation itself, not to mention the transformative powers of love and friendship. Bunny. This is described as Frankenstein by way of Heathers, and it is both a prequel and a sequel to Bunny. I cannot wait. So now I'm going to switch a little bit and talk about movies that I have as annual Halloween rewatches. The first one is the OG, Halloween, 1978, John Carpenter, classic. Deborah Hill, classic. All right. The second movie that I watch every Halloween season is Trick or Treat. I watched this one several times over, as I also do Halloween. These will be on repeated play at my house. And then finally, my third movie that I always rewatch every Halloween season is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I want to mention that on Sunday, September 21st, I will be on Elaine at Cobalt Dragon's channel, along with Nicole from Nicole's Bookish Nook and Gareth from Book Songs and Other Magic. We will be competing in a Nightmare Before Christmas trivia game. So that will take place on Sunday, September 21st. So the day before fall, the day before the official kickoff of Halloweenathon. So that is something else that I'm very, very excited about. So let me make sure I have not neglected to mention anything else. Let me look at my notes. I think that is it. So again, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check the description box. It's going to be filled with information to other channels, to announcement videos. You don't want to miss Halloween-a-thon. Please join the fun. I would also appreciate it if you would hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell so we can keep on talking about books, movies, and all that good stuff. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.